Sup, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold, and welcome to This Week in Warcraft. And guys, I think I'm just going to get right into it. Patch 7.3, the Argus patch came out on the PTR. I'm hyped. Everybody's hyped. It looks absolutely fucking amazing. The art and design team at Blizzard needs a raise, etc., etc., etc. I love it. It's on the PTRs right now, so you guys can go ahead and check it out yourselves if you're curious. I made videos about it. Everybody made videos about it. There's content about it on Wowhead, on YouTube, on MMO Champion. Anywhere you go, you're going to be seeing content about Argus, and for good reason. It's absolutely fucking amazing. So guys, I'm going to talk about some of the things that you need to know about Argus, some ways to prepare for Argus, a new raid. I'm not really going to get into the tier sets, but I want to talk about some general things, pretty much what to expect from the patch. So Argus, as a lot of you guys know, we kill Kil'jaeden. Illidan has some kind of like magic, like a green candy corn, and he uses it, and somehow Argus appears in the sky, and obviously we're going to get in a spaceship, and we're going to fly over there and kill some demons. So the way this works is I have no idea, but over there's going to be a couple of very, very important NPCs. There's Ilaria Windrunner, who's the oldest sister of the three Windrunners, and obviously Sylvanas is one of those, so I guess that would be kind of an awkward reunion. And also, I think Turalian, either way, Turalian, one of the two, he is one of the original paladins, and Ilaria and Turalian, you guys remember back in like Vanilla WoW, if you played back then, it had like on the little tips thing, Ilaria and Turalian haven't been seen in years, and so that was like 10 years ago, so this is like dozens of years at this point, not quite a dozen, but it's a long time. It's been a very, very long time that we have seen them in game, and so they do make a reappearance in Argus, and they've been fighting back the demons, and so you get to see that whole story and fighting the Burning Legion. And also there are two big bits of content that are coming out with Argus. Number one is a dungeon. It's called the Seat of the Triumvirate. I think that's how to pronounce it. I'm not entirely sure. It's just a 4-boss dungeon. I don't really know much of the lore about that. That's not really out yet, but it doesn't really culminate in terms of any sort of a major lore character involved. You're basically fighting at the end of it a Dark Naru, very similar to Muru in Sunwell Plateau. Also, the raid. The raid, now a lot of people were wondering, after we killed Kil'jaeden in Tomb of Sargeras, what was going to happen after that? Are we actually going to go to Argus and fight Sargeras in some facility? And the answer to that is probably not, but maybe. Now the reason that I'm saying maybe is the last boss in the new raid called Antorus. I wrote it down so I wouldn't pronounce it wrong, and obviously I probably still did, but either way, Antorus, the Burning Throne is the new raid, and there are some really, really crazy fights that are going to be happening there. You're actually fighting or assisting or protecting, but in one facility or another, some of the actual titans are involved with the fights. You're looking at Agrimar, the guy with the boots. You're looking at Aenar, I guess like the life priestess or whatever, the life goddess, and I think there's one other one, and on top of that, all of the other Titan NPCs have been data mined as actual models in the game, so we'll actually be probably interacting with the Titans in one facility or another in Argus, which is huge. Now, all of that culminates into a big fight with Argus itself. That's pretty cool. So you're fighting this big guy, right? And he's got like it looks like he's like Li Shin, kind of in a way, like the living version of Li Shin. And you're fighting Argus, and his title is Argus the Unmaker. And one of Sargeras' titles, as far as I know, is Sargeras the Unmaker. Is that a connection? Is that a correlation? Will there be a connection made? We don't really know, but it's definitely a possibility. I'm certainly very excited about that, and I'm very curious to see where this is going to go. My personal opinion is that we're going to defeat Argus and then cleanse the planet, and then begin some kind of like interplanetary expansion after this, or we might go back to Azeroth and fight the old gods and have an old god themed expansion. I think it's probably going to be one or the other, but who knows? I mean, who could have predicted Warlords of Draenor? So we have no idea. But anyway, Argus is out. It's absolutely incredible. There are plenty of new mounts that are coming out. There are plenty of new pets. Of course, new tier sets. The tier sets look absolutely incredible. I would say every single tier set looks good, minus like the Hunter, like the non-Mythic Hunter tier set. Not good. But all of the other ones do look really good, especially the Mythic versions, and even the Hunter Mythic version looks really, really cool. So I'm very excited for that. Also, they're adding in new weapon transmogs and just lots of other cool stuff like that. So I'm really hyped for Argus. I think everybody probably is. I think probably the biggest thing about Argus that was really exciting is really kind of Like, the idea of going to an entire other planet opens up all these other possibilities into the game. So Argus is also going to have a number of other, like, minor things. So it's going to have like new spell animations. Now, I've seen a number of videos about this on YouTube, so I won't really get into that too much. But basically, a lot of the new caster abilities are going to get new types of animations. And so I believe Arcane Explosion, you like jump up in the air and then you go like, woo, or something like that. Probably it was really cringy, but you guys see what I'm saying. Like, you make a really weird noise and you do an Arcane Explosion. And I think there's a new chain heal animation. It looks really cool. And there's a couple of other animations that look fucking amazing. So I'm really glad that they're doing that too, and really kind of adding in new different ways that casters can interact with their weapons and just kind of telegraph what they're doing better. I think that's going to be really cool for everybody to see. Now, on top of that, guys, that's not all that's happened this week, but it's pretty much all that's happened this week. Season 3 for the PvP, for PvP Legion Season 3 has ended, and Season 4 has begun, so all of the titles, all of the rewards are out so far, so if you want to get ready and get ready for getting your Gladiator title or your Challenger title for next season, you can definitely go ahead and do that now. Also, Blizzard made one little change with the Fury Warrior artifact, hidden artifact weapon. Now, previously, you used to have to get the artifact weapon, the hidden artifact appearance, excuse me, from 3 different things. You have to get one helm, like part of it from Nithog, which is a world boss, and then from Sarathos, who is another world boss, and then you had to get the hilt, I believe from God King Skovald in Halls of Valor. So they're combining all of those items, I believe, and they're making it to where Odin in Trial of Valor, the raid, can drop those items for the Fury Warrior hidden appearance, which is, I think, good. It can be kind of annoying trying to get all that stuff and waiting for the boss to spawn. So I think allowing people to kind of go ahead and do Trial of Valor and re-incentivizing that raid a little bit more, I think is definitely going to be a positive thing. Now, of course, going back to ToS, they're still doing the Mythic Race. Like, I'm actually really surprised. I thought that Kil'jaeden would die probably in the first week. I thought maybe until the second week, but I had no idea that Avatar would be as hard as it is. There are many, many guilds that are stuck at 7 of 9. Almost all of the premier, like, very hardcore guilds are stuck at 7 of 9 without being able to kill Avatar of Sargeras on Mythic. Basically, the fight, I have not done it, but my understanding is the fight is extremely punishing. It's incredibly hard, and it's extremely tightly tuned, and some people that are very, very high up in the rating echelon are saying that it might not be killed for another few weeks, and that's just hoping for lucky Titan Forges. So many of the very, very high-end guilds are still performing and playing on the fight whenever they can, but they're also focusing a lot of their efforts on doing Mythic Plus as much as they can to hope for high-level Titan Forge loot that's going to hopefully take them through next reset to being able to actually kill the boss, which is very, very surprising. But the last time that's happened, it seems like every time somebody says, like, all of the NA guilds and like all of the English-speaking guilds say it's impossible, it's like the next week or the next few days, there's some kind of Chinese guild with 8 mages and 5 warlocks that kills the boss. So we don't know what's going to happen. We have no idea, but that's what's happened with the Ogg-Zero and also with Spine of Deathwing, so we'll have to see. Anyway, I think it's very, very interesting to see a... sorry, let me go ahead and turn this off. It's very, very interesting to see a Mythic race that doesn't just kind of end up with like all of the guilds pushing through and like maybe 1 or 2 guilds being on Mythic Gul'dan, and then it's between those 1 or 2 guilds. It feels like when all of those guilds are all pushing on the same boss, even though probably we know who's going to kill it first or second, it still makes it a little bit more interesting. So we'll definitely have to see what's going to happen there. I'm pretty excited to see what Kil'jaeden is going to look like based on how difficult Avatar of Sargeras is. But it could also be something like Xavius where, Cenarius was incredibly difficult and Xavius was very, very easy. So, I mean, maybe Kil'jaeden will be easy, but I don't really think that'll be the case. Also, as I said before, I wanted to talk to you guys about things that you can do to get prepared for Argus now. There is one thing that you can do right now, and it's available right now, which is the Darkmoon Faire. The Darkmoon Faire is going to be active this week, and the reason that you want to do the Darkmoon Faire is, well, there's 2 reasons. Number 1 is that they add a bunch of new things. One of the new bands at the Darkmoon Faire, I think it's called Blightbore. You can get some pretty cool transmog. There's like a GIMP helmet or some sort of BDSM helmet. There's like some transmog, I think it's like a 2-handed weapon. And then also, you want to be working towards getting 1,000 tickets. Now, the reason you want to get 1,000 tickets is in 7.3, there's going to be a new mount that's released, which is actually a flying zeppelin. And the flying zeppelin can be bought at the Darkmoon Faire for 1,000 tickets. So if you guys want to do that, I definitely want to go ahead and get started on that now, because getting 1,000 tickets will take a very long time. And if Legion has taught us anything, is that 7.3 might be there a lot sooner than we might think. So that's basically everything that came out this week. There are some other little very minor things that happened, but nothing really incredibly cool that I need to really mention to you guys. For myself personally, I didn't really do a whole lot this week. I did get carried to Gladiator successfully, which was awesome. I was really glad about that. I got a mount that has armor on it. It's a Storm Drake. I love the mount, so shout out to my boys SSDS and Supatees. I'm skinny as fuck, so hopefully it wasn't that hard to carry me. Anyway, also, I did finish getting Gory of the Tomb Raider, which was awesome. I did participate in the world first run for Gory of the Tomb Raider last week, but I never actually secured the title for myself until this week, so I did finish that up, which was awesome. My guild, Indestructible, has been doing, I would say, pretty great in Tomb of Sargeras so far on Mythic. We've gotten 3 of the 9 bosses down, and hopefully we'll kill the new Sisters boss, Sisters of the Moon or Sisters of whatever. The hard boss, so it's like really small and it's really annoying because a lot of the graphics are hard to see. It's an incredibly frustrating fight to play. But either way, hopefully we'll go ahead and we'll kill that actually later on today. So we'll see what happens. And a big thing that happened is that I have no life and I actually completed 5,000 world quests. There's only 5 points. I got 5 achievement points for that. Can you guys believe that? 5 points for 5,000 world quests. I bet 10,000 is going to give me another 5. Can't even believe that. But either way, I did get the 5,000 world quest achievement, which I thought was kind of cool. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much all I did. That's pretty much all the news. As always, I always like to hear what you guys did this week. It's always cool. And I really like kind of sharing, you know, what I've done and then reading what other people have done and just talking about the game. I feel like I do kind of enjoy doing this series, so hopefully you guys enjoy watching it. So go ahead and let me know if anything cool happened for you this week. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, and like, comment, and subscribe.